I'm Ian Dixon, owner of Perth Art Glass, and we're here today to talk about tools, particularly glass cutting and required equipment that you're going to need to get started.
With most glass craft, the important thing is cutting glass. It's the precursor to everything that we do with glass craft, whether it's copper foiling, lead light, fused glass, mosaics, or any other variant. So what I'd like to do is just go through some of the basic tools with you. Okay, so if you're just getting started into stained glass or glass craft, a great beginner's cutting kit is this little selection here, where you have running pliers, you have what we call combination pliers, a cutting square, cutting fluid, and a glass cutter. Now we will vary this pack on request. If, for instance, you particularly want a pistol grip cutter, then we can substitute the pencil grip for a pistol grip, etc., etc. But that's really a great little starting pack to walk away and know that you're going to have all the bits and pieces that you need for successful glass cutting. So obviously the first and foremost thing in it is a glass cutter. And they come in several different forms, from a conventional pencil grip or pen style cutter that we have. And the textbook way of holding this is between the first two fingers, with the forefinger on the grip on the front of the cutter and the thumb behind as a pincer. Very awkward for people to get used to using that, but that is the correct way to hold a cutter. There are other variations, such as the pistol grip, named obviously for its shape, where your hand wraps around the cutter, your thumb is on the top, and you can use your whole forearm to get the required pressure to score the glass. So the selection of the cutter is a very personal thing. I would suggest, if you have the opportunity, is to try a conventional pen style cutter first, because you do have more control with this type of cutter than you do with the others. If your retailer can give you a demo run with this, and if you're successful in cutting glass, then that's the one for you. If for some reason you have maybe a medical issue or just not very strong hands, then the pistol grip or the palm grip variant is probably a better solution. Once you've scored the glass and you go to snap it, there are many ways of using a plier to actually do that. So again, there's what we call a running plier, and so by placing that parallel over your score line or in line with your score line and squeezing, because the jaw is curved, then what it does is actually folds the glass and then it runs along the score line. Available in a plastic variety or a better quality metal version. These have their limitations in regards to sharp angles or very long lines that need to be run. There is this plier here, which is often sold as a combination plier or labelled a combination plier. It is in fact what we call a grozing plier, and they're always used with the flat surface to the top, and they're basically used for nibbling or chewing away bits of glass that you need to get it back to the right size. Once you've got that, and as a basic starting kit, you can buy additional tools to do different things or to improve on your success rate of cutting out the correct shape. The question has arisen on a number of occasions by people just getting into glasscraft in regards to safety, and will I cut myself? Will I get glass splinters in my eyes? It is always a great idea to wear eye protection. Not that happens very often. In fact, in my 36 years, I don't think I've ever had a glass splinter in my eye. But then again, I wear glasses, so that's never going to happen. Gloves are more of a nuisance than anything, and if you treat the glass with respect and if you cut correctly, there is very little chance of you actually cutting your hands. Okay, so in all the glass cutters, they're all called oiled filled cutters, so they all have a lubricant in the handle, whether it's a conventional cutter, whether it's a pistol grip cutter, there's an oil reservoir, and also the palm cutter, there's fluid that goes in the handle. And what that does is it feeds down onto the little cutting wheel, which is a tungsten carbide wheel. And the smaller the diameter of that wheel is, the less pressure you'll need to apply to the surface of the glass. So don't do yourself a disfavour and go down to the local hardware store and buy a $5 glass cutter, which will have a fairly large wheel in it. You will have to apply so much more pressure to get that to work than you would if you bought a good quality cutter. Do yourself a favour, pay the extra price and save lots of glass.